The grand jury in the Tony Stewart case and the tragic death of Kevin Ward Jr. in Ontario, New York has cleared Tony of any wrongdoing, which in my opinion they got the correct decision. There is more breaking news. This is the front page of the sports of the Courier Journal, and on the bottom is an AP article. I don't know if you can see it. Well, turned around you might. But Stewart won't face charges in accident, which is absolutely the correct decision. Now there's more breaking news that Kevin Ward Jr. was found to be under the influence of marijuana, and the prosecutor himself said it was enough to impair judgment. Now, of course, there's going to be civil suits involved from the Kevin Ward Jr. family. That's a given. We already knew that. In fact, I first read this at Facebook on my phone when I just got to work yesterday. We're not allowed to have electronic devices in there. We can't even carry a phone. You can barely wear a watch. But he's cleared, as he should be. But now there's another story, and this is a USA Today story. Courier has a 2-page, this is the Louisville paper, a well-written story by Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports, basically saying that Kevin Ward Jr. was at fault. I agree. There's some quotes from Kevin Ward Jr.'s mother in there. All other vehicles were reducing speed and not accelerating except for Tony Stewart, who intentionally tried to intimidate Kevin by accelerating and sliding his car toward him, causing the tragedy. The focus should be on the actions of Mr. Stewart and not my son. Then the writer goes on to say, except that Ward was high, and that changes everything. No one should ever get into a car under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Now, you're dealing, and this is a well-written article, Nancy Armour, A-R-M-O-U-R. You can probably find it at USA Today's website if you don't get USA Today. I'm making this. This is September 25th. I'm making this. This is in today's Courier Journal. It may be in today's USA Today paper. You can probably find it online. I'm not sure how that works. I know the Courier Journal website, and it's courier-journal.com, will give you a limited number of free articles. I, as a subscriber, can access anything. But I still like the old feel of the newspapers. But Kevin Ward Jr., under the influence of marijuana, racing in what's arguably the most dangerous type racing in the United States. It can be argued. There were 2 or 3 sprint car drivers killed last year, including sometimes NASCAR driver Jason Leffler, and another gentleman who I can't think of his name, who had been a sprint car winner. So these were not drivers that didn't know what they were doing. I almost think, and I don't think Tony Stewart will do it, I almost think Stewart ought to file a defamation character suit against the Ward family. Fire the first shot, in other words. This is just my opinion for what it's worth. Now, you can agree, disagree, like, dislike the video. I really don't care if you dislike videos. I know some people get, I sent somebody a message on a customized 57 Chevy. I put on comments one time. I dislike the video because it's a custom. They come back, please don't dislike my videos. Well, sorry, but if you customize a 57 Chevy and put it on YouTube, I'm going to dislike it. But it don't bother me. I got thick skin. But yeah, the grand jury clearing Stewart, and I frankly accused the sheriff of doing so, asking for the grand jury because he was up for re-election. Well, this should be the end of it. Everybody should go back to their business. Tony should go back to racing. But I still think Tony Stewart maybe ought to sue for defamation of character, missing 3 races, he would probably been in the chase had he run the other 3 races. That's debatable, but hey, it should be over. But unfortunately, with the civil suits and the way juries like to award money, it's not. Again, disclaimer, strictly my opinion.